From the Detroit Free Press, it's Wednesday, July 1st. Here are today's top stories. Brought to you by JB's Smokehouse, located inside Bush's Fresh Food Market of Canton. JB's offers a range of authentic barbecue favorites, and with more than 30 Michigan craft beers on tap, trivia, and live music every Friday night, JB's is sure to become your new favorite barbecue spot.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kerry Jr. II. Michigan's Health Department reports 373 new cases of the coronavirus and 32 new deaths. There are just under 64,000 cases and nearly 6,000 deaths statewide. In Oakland County, there are 3 new cases of the coronavirus. The department says the cases were traced to the Fifth Avenue bar in Royal Oak. The health division says they received calls reporting that the bar was overcrowded. All 3 people were at the bar on June 19th. The county said anyone who went to the bar on that date should monitor themselves for symptoms of COVID-19. Governor Whitmer held a press conference on Tuesday addressing the recent increase in cases. She did not announce new restrictions, but did say the administration is keeping an eye on the data. Whitmer had plans to move the lower regions of Michigan to Phase 5 of the My Safe Start plan. On Tuesday, she said it's unlikely that will happen.
I just think we need to take that off the table right now. The numbers that we're seeing are increasing across the state.
The big news at the conference, however, was not coronavirus cases. It was the unveiling of the My Safe Schools Return to Schools roadmap. The plan is 63 pages long and outlines what precautions K-12 schools need to take to prevent spread of the virus as schools reopen in the fall. Reporter John Wisely covered the release. So thank you, John, for speaking with me about the new plan that just got released today.
You're welcome.
What schools specifically are underneath the guidelines of this plan?
So this applies to all K-12 schools in Michigan, and it will vary a little bit by region. One big takeaway from the plan is the state expects to see every student in school every day. It's an important point because it will allow more or less traditional bus transportation. They were worried that if you could only fit, 25% capacity on a school bus, you'd have to make 4 school bus runs. By recommending it but not mandating it, they think they can go back to a more traditional bus service. It will have to be done with the safety protocols in place.
What are some of the safety protocols that are outlined in the plan?
So basically, the big one is the mask. Personal hygiene is another big one, and schools are looking at spending a lot of money on that. The best practice is to cough into your sleeve and your elbow, but they're still, you're dealing with young kids. Some of them don't cover their mouth. Yeah. They would also have testing. Temperature checks would have to have beefed up personal protection equipment. Yeah. So there's, things like that. Those are some of the kind of the practical things that are in there. And again, it's going to be a sliding scale based on how prevalent the virus is in your particular geographic area.
You reported Whitmer signed an order that requires schools to put a response plan in place in addition to the return to schools plan. What would a plan like that look like?
At the local level, they've got to come up with a plan to basically meet the objectives of the state, but tailoring it to their own situation.
So it seems like the response plan is essentially like what modifications schools need to make in order to prepare for the guidelines that they have outlined in the restart plan.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, John.
All right. Hey, no problem. Anytime. Take care.
All right, take care. There's a cost to the safety protocols included in the plan. On Tuesday, Whitmer announced $256 million of state funds will go to Michigan schools. But according to the superintendent of Wayne County's education agency, the money will go to balancing the budget of the last fiscal year. The new fiscal year starts today, and more money is needed to support the school reopening plan. That's the latest. For more information about COVID-19 in Michigan, visit www.freep.com.
For the Detroit Free Press Autos team, I'm Jamie LaReau. Shut it down. That's what UAW Local 276 asked the automaker to do with its Arlington assembly plant in Texas. The local represents some 5,000 workers at GM's giant plant, which sits smack dab in a hotbed of ever-growing cases of coronavirus in Dallas. The union told members it asked GM Monday to shut down the plant to protect workers' health amid the pandemic. GM told the Free Press it has no plans to change its production schedule there, but it will meet with local union leaders to discuss their concerns. GM said it has several safety protocols in place to keep sick workers out of the plant and protect workers on the job. GM builds its highly profitable big SUVs at the plant, such as the Cadillac Escalade and Chevy Tahoe, so shutting it down would be costly, especially with redesigned 2021 models rolling off the lines. GM declined to discuss how many workers at the plant have tested positive for coronavirus.
This is Evan Petzold of the Free Press Sports Department. Canton native and former Michigan State golfer Donnie Trosper hopes to make a splash this week at the Rocket Mortgage Classic from July 2nd to 5th at the Detroit Golf Club in his first career PGA Tour event. He secured his bid to the Rocket Mortgage Classic during a Monday qualifier at Oakland University's course in Rochester. 2 spots were up for grabs, and after one golfer shot a 7 under 64 to win the event, there were 4 golfers, including Trosper, tied for second place with a 4 under 67. He won the sudden death playoff in 3 holes. Trosper began his collegiate career at Central Florida, where he was named AAC Freshman of the Year in 2015-16. He left UCF to play for the Spartans as a senior in 2018-19. He posted the lowest single-season average in MSU history at 71.37 and was named first-team All-Big Ten. Before he got to college, Trosper won 4 American Junior Golf Association events in the 2014 season, tying him with Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods for the second most in 1 year. While Trosper is set to achieve his lifelong dream of playing in the PGA Tour, he's not going to be content with just an appearance. With home state advantage and 5 appearances at the Detroit Golf Club on his side, he's looking to kickstart his professional career. He tees off at 2 p.m. Thursday for the first round and 8:45 a.m. Friday for the second round.
If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.